Hello there. This is the Shawn1113 Podcast Show. I am your host, Shawn1113, recording this episode on June 2nd, 2026, a week a week later than I thought. This is the sixth anniversary show now, going to our sixth year on the Shawn1113 Podcast Show. And last week late last week I was supposed to do a sixth anniversary show last week, but I had an issue with my health that kind of startled me a little bit. I have this arthritic shoulder, right shoulder, that I ended up having diagnosed with like wear and tear. I'm sure athletes, of course, we're a sports podcast, and I'm sure athletes would anybody like my age, like I'm 58, so it's somewhere around 60 years old, 50s to your 70s, can relate to the shoulder arthritis or any kind of arthritis, to the joint arthritis, basically. And certainly any athlete can tell you that. That's well more than I would on that. That's why I could not take care of it last, could not do the sixth anniversary show, but I'm doing it now. So thank you so much for listening to this podcast for the last 5 years, going to our sixth year. So this is episode one of our sixth year. If you love this content, excuse me, please consider a 5-star rating. And it's by the way, the weather is pretty cool and windy today for June. Okay, June. Think about it. Anyway, love this love this podcast. Well, consider a 5-star rating, comment wherever podcast you may be listening to, wherever platform you are listening to. So I'm a little bit excited because I'm doing this podcast after a week after all of that. So I'm pretty happy I'm doing that exercises and doing whatever it takes to keep this right shoulder ready to go and manage and pretty much manage it. So thank you in advance for that. A lot of things. First and foremost, congratulations to Arsenal by winning the Premier League. Congratulations to them. So I tip my hat, and they will be the favorite next year going to it. I know Man City, is chasing new managers with Guardiola. That step down. Thank you, Pep. Manchester United is making great progress. Ugh. To their credit, which is a Man City fan, I try not to. But boy, there's a dangerous team called Aston Villa, however, that is playing re that is playing their best English football right now. They might win the league. Liverpool might win the league. Who knows? Drinking my coffee, winning the league. Congratulations to PSG winning the UEFA Champions League as well. Absolutely incredible to watch that team. And of course, now all are going to be focused on the FIFA World Cup 2026, which I still favor France to win the World Cup in my own opinion. But we'll see what happens as that you know as that progresses. Enjoying some of the College World Series, baseball and softball. Enjoy those two games. Enjoy those two college. Enjoy those. Also, French Open talents that just started as we already. Also, U.S. Open pretty much going on. And congratulations to in the NHL, Vegas and Carolina going to the Stanley Cup as well. I'll make my picks there for the Stanley Cup Final 2026, as New York Knicks in the East and San Antonio. To their credit, they knock off the champs. I said they got Joe, like it's been said, to beat the champs, you gotta knock them off, and San Antonio knock Oklahoma City off. So we'll see what happens there. Of course, as usual, a lot of sports going on, a lot of sports, and I can't look forward to this. Can't I can't wait for the summer. I really can, with a lot of things. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Um, about that sneeze. Usyk barely beat a kickboxer. Wow. We'll see what happens in the summer this year with boxing. There's a whole bunch of sports. Oh, before I forget, the Miles Garrett trade to the Rams and the AJ Brown um, trade to the New England Patriots. The Brown one was expected to be traded. Did not expect Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett has been rumored to trade for almost 2 years. I did not expect the Los Angeles Rams to pick him up, though. I did not expect them to pick him up. And to their credit, what a find. The I mean, Rams want to win this year. There is no doubt about it. The Rams want to win this year. They're going to be the prohibitive favorite in the NFC now. So, and of course, all of that's on paper. The Brown trade gives them a better receiver for Drake May, but that's been expected for quite some time. So, so for New England, are they the favorite for the East? Yes, I think they are favorite for the East. A tougher schedule. We'll see what happens there as time goes on. We get to the college and NFL season. We'll be going forward there. Um, I'll tell you, nothing tells me, but then who knows? Who knows? I got not much to say about a lot of things, but let's go to the Major League Baseball standings so far going to the summer. American League East, Rays and Yankees. Blue Jays is coming along, but Tampa Bay New York Yankees. Guardians, Cleveland has, and the White Sox surprisingly, um, and the White Sox surprisingly so far the American League Central, and the West Mariners lead 2.5. Athletics and Astros, it can go either way with that. Then you go to the National League. Braves have the best record in baseball. Phillies finally caught up. Everybody else, well, National League Central Brewers are finally becoming the team that they are, 7-3 so far. Cardinals, Pirates, Cubs. Cubs have been very disappointed with a 3-7. Reds, a little bit disappointing. The West, no surprises because Padres have stunk the last 10 games with a 3-7. Dodgers 7-3. Have a comfortable lead. They're in the National League East. What am I talking about? National League West. Jeez. Jeez, I'm a little off kilter to be honest with you. A lot of things, like I said, a lot of things incoming. World Cup, College World Series for men, women's college series is ongoing. I don't even think about the WNBA because I couldn't care. Sorry, I don't. NBA Finals, NHL Stanley Cup Finals. So let me make those picks right now. NHL Stanley Cup, Vegas and Carolina. I'm gonna pick Carolina in that one. And then the harder pick is the NBA Finals though. San Antonio, a very good young team like Wemby against Brunson and the Knicks. I think both those series are going to go 6 or 7. I'm going to pick the Knicks in a very slight one. It can go either way, but I'm picking the New York Knicks to win the title in 6 or 7. That's all I can say about that. And like I said, thank you so much for everyone for listening to this podcast over the years. Now that we are for the last 5 years, now we're going to our 6th year, and hopefully it will be as good as it ever been. And with that, that is the Shawn1113 Podcast Show, recorded on June 2nd, 2026. Like I said, if you love this podcast, please consider a 5-star rating and comment below. And all the information is going to be below at Shawn47K at gmail.com for any inquiries and what have you. as well. And like I said, thank you so much for listening to the Shawn1113 Podcast on whatever platform you're listening to, wherever you may be, anywhere and everywhere in the world. And with that, please please stay encouraged no matter what. Live your life as normal, papa in the abnormal world, and question everything and anything. And with that, the year 6 has already started. Thank you so much. God bless you.